perfect landing.
Hey everyone, my name's Hero, and today I'm going to be talking about my personal top 5 favourite all-class hats in TF2. Now of course there'll be some disagreements with people watching this video, however I need you all to bear in mind that this is all completely opinion based. I'll be covering my top 5 favourite all-class miscs in another video, however for now I'll only be talking about hats. Now this is a new and different type of video, so I'd like to know what you all think of this style, as well as all of your favourite top 5 all-class hats. And without further ado, I'll start talking about my favourite all-class hats. At number 5, my 5th favourite all-class hat is the Doula. To get this hat you must play and win more duels than any other person playing TF2 in a day. After that one day, the hat will get passed on to another person who's played and won the most duels in the next day. I really like the look of this hat as it has a relatively simplistic design along with a red outline that moves around the hat depending on your point of view on it. My attraction towards this hat also probably has something to do with the rewarding feature of it, being that once you have it, you can only wear it for a day and then it's gone. I don't really have much to say about this hat, other than I like the design and how it's earned. And that being said, let's move on to number 4. So at number 4 we have a hat that I personally don't see around in TF2 very often, and that hat is the holiday headcase. This is more of a Christmassy themed hat, however that does not make it any less appealing to me, and the hat itself has many different bones that link to your player model, allowing for some very interesting positions for it to go into. This hat has a nice look to it in my honest opinion, and the red and yellow works very effectively in my eyes. And the point of having cosmetics and unusuals is for people to notice you on the battlefield, right? Well, this hat doesn't disappoint. The colour palette on it is very vibrant, allowing for people to see you from miles away, whilst also putting off a sniper's vision by the size of the cosmetic itself. All in all, I think this is a great hat. However, I'd recommend you only use it around winter time if you have one. Again, I don't exactly have much more to say about this hat, so let's move on to number 3. At number 3 we have a hat that I really like the look of, and that hat is the Hong Kong cone. This hat is based off a traditional Chinese straw hat, which can attract the attention of a lot of different people, which includes myself, as I use this hat in a few of my loadouts, such as my spy loadout, my medic loadout, and my heavy loadout. This hat has a very clean look to it and has a nice and subtle difference to it when painted, that difference being the string around the hat changing colour. It's also a fairly wide cosmetic that covers your class's face very well, which as you may know, a lot of people like to do. The Hong Kong cone works very well with a large range of other cosmetics, allowing for some fairly cool cosmetic combinations. That's pretty much all I have to say for the Hong Kong cone, so let's move on to number 2. The number 2 spot on this list of my 5 favourite all-class hats goes to the Crown of the Old Kingdom. Now, I was basically unaware of this hat until I saw Rob the Awesome using it in a server once, and since then, I've really liked the look of it. This hat is clearly an Egyptian themed hat, and is very cheap with the price of 1.22 ref on backpack.tf. This hat has a very nice colour, with a black and yellow contrasting very effectively, and it does not fail to catch the attention of others. In SFM, the hat has a bug texture, so I'll put a screenshot of the hat in-game to show you what it actually looks like right about now. Some of you may now be able to see why I like the look of this item, however others not so much. The reason this is at number 2 on my list is purely down to the fact that I like its colour scheme, so you can stop typing your angry and argumentative comment and move on to number 1. At the top spot of my list is the Maxis Sabbath head. This hat is relatively popular among traders, and I've even seen it used as currency before. This hat is at the top of my list for multiple reasons. Reason 1, it looks pretty. Reason 2, it has moving ears. Reason 3, it can be used with any other hat in MISC. And reason 4, it's a decapitated rabbit. In all seriousness though, this hat works incredibly well with lots of other sets of cosmetics, and when painted, it's eye-catching to anyone that sees it or even gets a glimpse of it. I've even seen people disguise unusual cosmetics such as the Master's yellow belt to make it look like they have an unusual Maxis Sabbath head, which works really well in a really creative way. It's not exactly the cheapest hat, however it sure is one of the nicest looking hats in my opinion. The ears on the hat move with the motions of your player model, and when given things like green paint, it can give an insanely realistic LSD trip to anyone that you run past as scout or rocket jump past as soldier. This concludes the list of my personal favourite all-class hats. Let me know what your favourites are and also what you change about my list. As a side note, I'd also like to say that I recently hit 1.3k subscribers, and I'd just like to thank all of you so much for this. I had around 800 subscribers about 5 to 6 months ago, and I've gained about 500 in that short period of time, and that just makes me feel so happy. I really appreciate all of the support I've been getting from you guys, and I hope you can all stick around when we hit even more milestones. Also, on the topic of side notes and achievements, G-Flames has recently moved from England to Australia, which could be thought of as an achievement in a way, as he's had to leave all of his friends in England and is coping with the situation amazingly. Send some love and support his way and try to make him feel comfortable, as this time may be difficult for him.